The Philadelphia Eagles came out rusty, but quickly turned it around. Hurts, the run game, even the defense looked good by the end of the game. But we can't talk about that or the playoffs because right now there's breaking news. Nick Sirianni tested positive for COVID.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And today we got some breaking news about our head coach. Yes, he tested positive for COVID, and he's going to get into the protocol. We will go over some of the things that was said. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, help your boy out and hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new, and ding that notification bell so you know when these videos drop. But here was the official report. Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni has entered the NFL's COVID protocol. After feeling symptomatic, he tested positive today. Sirianni will conduct his responsibilities remotely and remains hopeful to return by Sunday. Well, you know the rules. I don't like to get into the vax and non-vaccination talk, but if he is vaxxed, he'll be able to take a test every day, and if he can get better sooner, he can play on Sunday or coach on Sunday. Now, he did talk about who will take over certain responsibilities if he can't make it, and we are going to get into all that. But this is big because when was he actually sick? Did he really get it this morning, last night, during the game where Washington was bringing their nasty benches? And some of these players tested negative, but I don't know. They had a lot of guys out from coaches and players and coaches. It's funny. We get done playing them, and somebody's already sick. And he's symptomatic, right? With that being said, Jalen Hurts is around him. He's pretty much around everybody on the staff and on the team. High five and good job, Fletch. Good job, Slay. Good job, Devontae. Good job, Howard Sanders. I mean, you saw him have words with Jalen Hurts, and that's when really Hurts flipped the script. A lot of people put that interception on him. That's not true. The fumble was horrible, but Coach Sirianni pretty much yelled at him and said, we need you to be good. And Jalen Hurts flipped the script. Had one of his best games. Dang near threw for 300 yards, 40 yards on the ground, 20 of 26, some dots that people say he can't do. He just has to do it more consistent. But I know he has it in him. It's can he do it consistently, which we will have the rest of the season to see. So let's get into some of the things Nick Sirianni said about who will take his place in certain areas. The coin toss, whether to or not to go for it on fourth down, them type of decisions, when to use a timeout, when to challenge a play. This will all be done by Kevin Patullo. Nick Sirianni is going to give him the responsibility because he works with Nick Sirianni on all them decisions. He thought about giving it to Jamal Singleton, the running backs coach, but he didn't want to give an extra responsibility to a guy that has to coach the positions, a position, because now he has to think in this, that, and the third. It might change the way he does it, according to Nick Sirianni. So Kevin Patullo don't have an exact position to coach. He's always in them rooms, in them talks. So he will be the guy who decides heads or tails, kick this way, that way, go for it, kick the field goal, punt, all that stuff. Now, the play calling, because the play calling has been looking better, more balanced, creative, Slay on the field, Devontae Smith as a tight end. If you didn't see it in my next video, we're going to talk about them plays in particular with the All-22. Devontae lined up as a tight end. Big number 6. Shane Steichen will call the plays, but Nick Sirianni did inform us that he's been helping Nick Sirianni call the plays all along. So has Shane been a big part of it, or is Nick just kind of giving him a pat on the back to say, hey, we going to need you to do what's need to be done against the Giants? It's a quick turnaround without your head coach. Yes, the Giants stink. Yes, they're going to be playing Mike Glennon or Jank Fromm. Still, a lot of things are adding up. And the main thing is, it's only Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What if more tests? What if we become the Washington stink team? I'm not trying to have that happen. Knock on fake wood. Hopefully, we didn't get infected by them. And hopefully, Nick Sirianni caught this when it really transpired and he didn't give it to nobody in the facility. Got to clean it up. Send the guys. Send the guys and clean it up. Now, before I end this, because I just don't want it to be all about the negative, Jalen Hurts started to make some throws at the end of this game. He threw in the middle. I saw him go off his first read a couple times. I did look at the play where he threw the ball to Devontae Smith in the double coverage. Yes, Kenneth Gainwell was open. I agree. There were times where other people were open, but he also completed it to a receiver. I don't care if he misses an open guy when he gets the ball to somebody else. That happens every single Sunday, from Tom Brady to this guy to this guy to this guy. I only care when it's an incompletion or a negative play or a blown huge play. The Kenneth Gainwell could have been done. But as I rewatched that play, I still believe they got away with an offsides. And if I believe it, maybe Jalen did too, in the sense of, oh, free play, just throw it in the corner. Throw it in the back of the end zone, give Devontae a shot. I also think Kenneth Gainwell just started streaking open because I think that play was a boom boom. He only took about 1 or 2 steps back and then fired it. He thought it was a free play. Yes, the flag didn't come in. It is what it is. You got to be smarter. I'm not a quarterback. Jalen got to be better. Just because it tricks me don't mean he can trick Jalen. I'm not an NFL quarterback. But this pass to Greg Ward Jr., who I think Nick Sirianni can't just put in the red zone. Yes, he dropped a touchdown against the Giants, and he dropped a touchdown, I believe it was the Chiefs game. But you got to get these receivers reps. You know, we're down on other people who drop the ball who are staying in the game. You get Greg Ward Jr. to take 5 snaps. 2 of them are pass right to him. He's not getting into the flow. But Greg Ward, although he's not the fastest, the biggest, the strongest, he got something about him that I think he can be that Jason Avant type, that clutch type that just makes plays when needed. Look at this play from Jalen Hurts rolling out, throwing a dot. This is how you throw a receiver open. Anticipation, right? The Devontae Smith post route was open. If Jalen throws that a second or 2 earlier and a little bit in, that's a big play to Devontae maybe. So he got things to work on. He's not a polished passer. But what he does offer, while he's working on polishing his passing and reading defenses, he gives you the ability to win through his legs, through his playmaking ability, through the clutch gene, right? He has a way to go to be a passer. But people who need time to develop as a passer normally don't offer you the other things Jalen does offer us. Leadership, the run game. I mean, 10 touchdowns, number 1 in Eagles franchise history, about to have 1,000 yards rushing. I mean, it's important. Listen, no team has ran the ball for like 7 or 8 straight games over 165 or 170 yards since the Bears did 20 years ago. 20 years ago. I don't remember what year it was. The 19-something Bears, they did it 7 in a row. What is the thing that people don't want to deal with when it gets cold and in the playoffs? A run game. But when he, plus the offensive line, plus the running backs, can run you over for 200 yards, but then you need to play, and he can do this.
This is
on the run.
Excellent catch.
Back
like
shoulder
user
to Greg
catch
Ward
it,
Jr. That is what you call hard to defend. Jalen eating you up with the zone reads. Miles, Howard, Jalen, Miles, Howard, Jalen. Then you take your eye off. Look at this. Nice throw on the run.
This is an
Throws
excellent
it right
catch.
to where he needs to. Look at that. Back, shoulder. I don't care who was playing defensive back. You can't defend that play because it was perfectly done.
User catch it,
Back
Madden.
shoulder. Threw him open. So my whole thing with Jalen is we're going to go as he goes the rest of the season. We'll make all our assumptions and guesses as the offseason comes into fruition. But I need to see him become a polished passer. And in that time, he offers us ways to win. Others don't do that at the age of 23. With all that being said, leave your thoughts in the comment section about Nick Sirianni. Will he be there? Will he not be there? And let me know. Were you impressed by Jalen Hurts? Did you like the 3 total touchdown, 296 yards, 20 of 26 game against the Washington football team? Because it's almost the same, but a little better than the Gardner Minshew game against the Jets. And yes, Washington's defense is equivalent to the Jets because really Washington is better, but with the COVID misses, it's probably the same as the stinking Jets. With all that being said, I love hearing from you, Eagle Nation. Good, bad, ugly, sad. You agree, you disagree, call me ugly, call me stupid. Let me hear from you because y'all know y'all football. Until next time, we out.